Good afternoon and welcome back. Of course, our second match for the day, and it is, of course, the cream of the crop. I'm talking about none other than the Namibia Rugby Premier League, and it comes down to the defending champions taking on the likes of United right here at Gemsbok Park in Olympia. Now, if you are in the vicinity, do come through and come watch some action-packed rugby right here. If you're not, don't worry, NBC's got you covered. Catch us on our YouTube channel, of course, on NBC Plus and on NBC2 for all your necessary rugby action. Well, don't take all the notes from me. We, of course, have Henry Kanjo in the commentary booth. But before that, we did hear, of course, from the defending champions. Here is Roger Thompson.
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity. It's always good speaking to NBC and the coverage they do around club rugby in Namibia. So I also want to compliment you guys, for the work you do. It's a wonderful. If you look at the weather, the setting's perfect for good rugby today. So I'm happy that rugby is played in a good spirit, irrespective about the mixed emotions regarding our national setup and stuff like that. We take it day by day. We have an opportunity to express the talent we're blessed with, as coaches, as players, as stakeholders in rugby. So we're looking forward to opportunity. What bigger challenge than United, who has been having two good performances in the last 2 weeks. So we're looking forward to the challenge, yes.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Gemsbok Park, home known to the Trusco United, or in this case United Rugby Club, as we welcome you today to this Premier League game between FNB Kudus, who will be taking on the Trusco United, or United as known. I will be your commentator for today, Winjithu Vera, Henry Kanjo. The temperature is beautiful for rugby with a mere 22 degrees Celsius, precipitation of 20%, of course, very good for dry ball, a wind over 18 kilometers an hour. Definitely going to be interesting for the kickers. Humidity very dry. This promotes a great running rugby day. Of course, these two teams playing that kind of ball play. With me today in the booth will be none other than CJ, who will be co-commentating today with this game. CJ, what are we to expect today in this beautiful day? As we can see the crowd slowly but surely kicking in. As a neutral, I'm sure if I was anybody, I would be wearing blue today because the blue meets blue today.
It is. It almost gives you Blue Saturday vibes, but it's not. What a beautiful day for rugby indeed. We saw a beautiful action from the ladies' game and an action-packed one promised for this one. Expecting nothing but hard blows, quick feet, and of course mouth-watering tackles all around. Henry, absolutely lovely to be in the commentary booth with you.
Definitely. Thank you so much, CJ, for that one. It's blow for blow today. Earlier today, the women's game, of course, the United won. As we look at just a quick glance at the lineups, Osha Awala and Yanu Otto, the two props for United today. In the midfield, of course, we have an interesting John DJ Olshuizen, as well as Ceramika Mbombo. Jurgen Meyer also, who previously played for Wanderers, who now joined this season for United. And of course, we can't look past the number 7 vice-captain Tjaardlen Fjeld.
Yeah, definitely some good names standing out there, the likes of Ocha. Definitely somebody that I would like to keep my eyes on.
Definitely. Thank you so much, CJ. As we look at the Kudus lineup there, Ashton Mukilongo in the number 15 jersey, as well as Ali, who also just rejoined the club after a year and a half out of rugby. Aurelio Plato, as well as Lloyd Jacobs, who find their ways on the bench today. Great day of rugby, of course, as we look at that Denzo Bruver in the number 10 jersey. We apologize for the condition of the numbers there, of course. Denzel Bruver, CJ, what is it that we have to expect from him as he starts his first game for FNB Kudus, of course?
Yeah, I think we can expect a lot from him. We've seen him deliver quite the deliverables when he got to the Wanderers jersey. And he's a classy player. Wherever he went, you can expect the greatness from him. We saw that also when he was donning the national jersey. Always class from him, and expect nothing less, especially when he's wearing that 10 jersey. He wears it with immense pride.
Definitely. I remember Denzel Bruver in the last tournament they played at United when he was wearing the Stallions number 10. He actually came from the bench and won the game in the dying hours for F&B Wanderers. The last 4 encounters between these two sides, of course, Kudus leading with 3 to unanswered. The one was a draw. Of course, the last one was in the JSB Challenge where Kudus ran away with it with a 43-14 win over Trusco United, who is the home side today. And then the Premier League, last Premier League game that was hosted by the two nations, of course, the two sides, I must say, was a 40-31 win. When it comes to Premier League history, CJ, we look at the number of games played. The last 4 games have been, of course, Kudus dominating. It's 3-0, of course, with the draw. What are we to expect today in this mouth-watering encounter as we see the boys gear up for yet another mouth-watering game?
I think we can expect fireworks all around. I mean, like you said, the stats talk loud, but I think we can really expect some action-packed rugby today because Kudus is not going to shy away from this. They have a lot of pressure coming into this match as well. They kick-started their season with a commanding victory over the likes of Rehoboth. So just expecting them to build on that, while United still lingers for their second win after that loss against Wanderers on their home turf. So could this possibly be the day that they get that victory on home turf? While in between them is Kudus.
Definitely, it's such a great day of rugby today as we are about to witness, yes, and yet another encountering, a mouth-watering encounter between these two sides. Die Gemsbok vandaag speelt teen die Kudus. Dit sal 'n lekker een wees hier op die Gemsbok Park. Players to look out for, of course, we have the likes of Jurgen Meyer in the number 15 jersey for Trusco United. It's who replaces, of course, Enrique Hesselman, who last weekend played in scrum off. Interesting choice there by Coach Dani van Meerlen, of course, with ball in hand in the middle of the field. As he gets this game underway, Denzo Bruver, Matwell, however, lost forward by Trusco United. Our officials today, Zaid, of course, assisted by Yurei Buota. As we're about to witness the first scrum of the game, looking at the fast fixtures, I'm sure Dani van Meerlen had so much influence, as we saw in the Reserve League, where United dominated the scrum. With ball in hand, of course, Rayshawn Shumbe about to feed the first scrum of the game. Well matched weight-wise as he feeds the scrum. Big shovey there by the United, but the ball is out with Denzo Bruver, who finds Justin Newman, who plays out the back door for Denlinger. Madwell by the United defense. Adrian Ludig, die bus is vol. Great quick retention there by Shumbe. Pass made. Justin Newman there, losing the ball forward, actually a line out, foot out into touch there. Early gitters by the players as they get to feel each other so early in the game, CJ. What are we to expect in this game today?
I know, Henry, you can already see the manne is lus vir mekaar, and it's not going to end there. First line out of the match, of course, we already saw the set piece not going completely textbook from either side when it got to the scrum, but definitely keep your eye on this one as United already get those points and someone play off that line out quick fast.
Great take there by Richard Mupewa. United with the opportunity to exit. Enrico Fansel kicks long, collected by Kudus, who opts to play quick. The magic man Ashton Mukulongo beats one, keeps going. Met by the United defense. At the base of the ruck there, Denlinger, Armando, Shumbe feeds. Denzo Briver playing with the number 5 jersey. Very interesting choice of number. The kicks collected there by Van Wyk. Yet another exit, which now finds touch by United. Definitely trying to make this a territorial game. Usually this kind of games, CJ, looking at history and speaking about history, Kudus have won these games in the last 20 minutes. United always comes guns blazing, as we've seen even with the second team. However, they lost it at the very end, and they lost it by a huge mile. Are we in to expect something different right now? And what could be the reasons that United find themselves in this position every other time?
I think we definitely can expect something different from the second teams and what we have come accustomed to. I mean, the way Coach Lindveld has really been transforming this United side, and the way he goes about the thinking surrounding them. You could see the tempo is also different when they took on Wanderers a fortnight ago. But Kudus also just brings that class, and like I said, the pressure or the opportunity, like Ferguson would say, of being a title holder and what it comes with it. So I think today it's going to be a more tit-for-tat match. It's going to be a more nail-biting, sitting on the edge of your seat kind of enjoyment that we can look forward to.
Definitely great. Well summed up there by CJ, as we yet to see the second line out there with ball in hand for United. Of course, Danre, who feeds the line out, collected well by Tiart. Plays it out the back door. Enrico van Zyl plays DJ, the captain. Mad by the Kudus defense, of course. Die Gemsbok as teen die Kudu vandag. Well recycled Osha Awala, however, alone. No support. Enrico van Zyl seeing so much of the ball very early in this game. Serami Kambombo at the base of the ruck there, not gaining much ground. United playing rather horizontally than vertically, deciding to go for the pick and go. Patience is the name of the game. Zano van Wyk gets the Richard Mupewa beats one, but met well by Adrian Ludik. Ball is down. Enrico van Zyl decides to take matters in his own hand as he feeds Zander. Great retention. Quick ball is the name of the game by United. A grubber, Ashton Mukulongo. Chased down by Jurgen Meyer. It's nail-biting so far in the first 5 minutes of this clash. The league holders who take on, of course, Trusco United, who's trying to rebuild the brand for themselves. Denso Brewer, great step. Feeds, goes wide. Justin Newman there, met by the United defense. More of a stop and goal so far.
Yeah, I think, Henry, the teams are just both trying to get their feet here. It's about who can keep the ball the longest and use those phase plays to really make it count. We've seen United really pressing up deep into Kudus' half here, but good turn on the ball and exit clearance there by jersey number 5, as you alluded to, Denzo Brewer. So I think it's so far it's exactly what we expected, up until one person or one team scores that first try, and then we're going to see a whole different game.
Third line out there for United. Dandre about to feed it. Taken well by TR. Enrico van Zyl, again, as we mentioned, seeing so much of the ball so early in the game. Great retention of the ball by Trusco United. Mupewa decides to go wide for Leon Mutonga. Great breakthrough there by Jurgen Meyer. The kick is on, the chase is there. However, Denzo is there to rescue the Kudus. Shumbe deciding to run it out of his own 5-meter line. Serami Kambombo, of course, an ex-Windhoek Gymnasium player. I remember doing commentary on this young fella, and we did mention how far he could go with this rugby. On that particular day, he was playing against VRS. He was wearing the number 13 jersey, of course, and he scored 3 tries, which was very, very much a mouth-watering game between the two sides. Of course, Serami Kambombo, also an ex-Kudus player, who also further joined the Philistiner, as they are well known here at Trusco United. Definitely a good addition to their side. Speaking of additions, of course, FNB Kudus, who acquired Sharon Rousseau from Kudus, as well as Adrian Ludig and Denzel Bruver. All of them, of course, winning a title, except Adrian Ludig, winning a title with Wanderers as well. So they clearly making sure that they get the champions on their side, as they are champions and want to associate with champions.
Yeah, I think some good moves there by Kudus. I think you're the one that actually posted it on your Facebook, Henry, about is Kudus the new Real Madrid? And well, they have been making the shifts in the players, the new players, and buys, quote unquote, a success so far. We've seen them bagging that first result, and a huge one at that.
It's good to see how quickly they're gelling, CJ, and we want to see that continuing, of course. Penalty is the call there by Zait, our match official for today. Enrico Fonseca trying to find touch, and doing so, not much distance. As we've mentioned, of course, it will be a good day of rugby, of course, if your kicks are right. Looking at a wind speed of 18 kilometers per hour. United losing their first line out. Great contest there by FNB Kudus. Beats one, beats two. Elusive running there by the Kudus number 14. In the name of Hendrik van Schalkwyk. Ashton Mukulonga with ball in hand. Just a new man who finds Lucio Siep. Gives a kick through. Ashton Mukulonga with a chase. However, the field just not long enough for Ashton Mukulonga there, who of course is a force to reckon with and made that number 15 jersey his for FNB Kudus. I remember doing commentary on one of his games where him and Lucio, of course, were in the second team and won, of course, the reserve league for FNB Kudus. He never looked back and made that number 15 just as Lucio did, where he made the number 11 jersey his for FNB Kudus.
Yeah, some star-studded names for FNB Kudus at this point in time, and they just keep adding to them. Talk about star-studded players right there, Denzel Bruver.
Great run through the middle of the park there as FNB Kudus want to score the first try of today's game. Kudus to draw first blood through Janssen Alexander. Great team try there by Kudus. What started off, of course, by Ashton Mukulongo within his 22. Great team try there by FNB Kudus, of course, who draw first blood in this big game that lies in front of us. As we see the scoreline there, the visitors are 5 points and the home team is 0, with a conversion to come, of course. Denzel Bruver there calling for the ball. Great off the boot. That ought to be easy, and converts as we confirm the score. It is 7-0 for FNB Kudus.
Yeah, I think that was a very good try there by Kudus, really showing their guts there. You can see just a easy change of line there and breaking through, going against the grain, and immediately gets the 5 points off it. So I think this might change the momentum that we've been playing at. I'm waiting for United now to respond very aggressively.
Definitely, CJ. Second restart to this game. Yet another knock on by Trusco United. Handling errors. Hope that is the last of the two that we have seen. We spoke earlier about Ali, of course, who has not been on the rugby field for the past almost year and a half. And now back wearing the number 1 jersey for FNB Kudus, as we're about to witness the second scrum of today's game. Well, match side, Shumbe feeds the scrum. Another rotation is the call. However, penalty. Zaid calls it there. A great release opportunity for FNB Kudus. Territory being a very crucial role in the rugby game. Kicks it and finds touch just in the United's 22.
I think, Henry, the battles that I'm definitely looking forward to today is the 10 jersey. Henrik van Sale on the left-hand side for United, and on the right-hand side, Denzo Brewer. It's really a good combination of battle between the two. And definitely also like the 15 jersey combination, Jürgen Meyer and Ashton. I think those are the battles for me in the back lines today.
Definitely great line out there by FNB Kudus. Justin Newman with ball in hand in the middle of the field. Side entry is the call there by Zaid. Opportunity to, of course, clear their lines there, United, with ball in hand. And Rico van Sale. Mopewa also one of the players that have seen so much of the ball so early in the game, as his role requires, of course. Great touch finder there by Enrico van Sale. His brother, of course, plying his trade in Russia and doing exceptionally well, of course. One of the top point scorers that side, Rian van Sale.
It runs in the family.
Clearly. Second line out lost there by United, which allows FNB Kudus the opportunity to exit. Great collect by Jürgen Meyer. Dangerous on the counter, of course. Well held on. Turnover ball is the call by the ref. Justin Newman carries through the middle. Shumbe with a quick ball. Adrian Ludwig carries and plays it wide. Lucio Siep, the slippery fella, gives a grubber and chases. Diart Lundveld is first to the ball. And that will be a drop line, a try line dropout goal for United, of course. As Diart Lundveld was the last player to touch the ball before it left the field. Dangerous moments there for United, however, finding their way. Lucio Isaacs, who plays Denzo Brewer, opts for drop. Looking good. Short. Collected there by Jürgen Meyer, who returns the favor and kicks it. Not finding much distance, however, finding touch. And I think sometimes that's all that matters.
Yeah, I think safety first and just relieving some pressure. I think there was some good pressure built from Lucio Siep on the left-hand side on that wing, and the pressure that came with that. And then, of course, Denzo Brewer, just spoke about him and his elusiveness, and definitely living up to it. I mean, that was a very ambitious drop goal attempt, but one that we know he can slot because he has done it in the past. So exciting to see if we can expect more of those today.
Line out there by FNB Kudus. However, knock-on is the call. Yet another scrum moment for Trusker United. This is their first scrum, actually. The other two were Kudus scrum. United, apologies for that.
Yeah, I think it would be good to see what they can do with the ball in hand, and when they're on the receiving it.
Definitely. Alexandro van Wyk feeds the scrum. Great steady scrum. Pick and go is the call there by Ben Berger, a former under-20 captain, of course. who also played some footy for the Pumas in South Africa. High into the Windhoek sky, met by Ashton Mukilongo, who keeps onto his feet. Great positional play there by the Kudus number 15, of course. Again, ball in hand. Who's doing exceptionally well in the number 14 jersey. Hendrik van Schalkwyk, of course. DJ Olshursen, of course, turnover ball there by United. Osha Awala in the middle of the field. Matt well looks a bit forward, and yes, it is forward. Ever since the try, CJ, it's been a bit of a stop and go, not what we anticipated, of course, taking into consideration that we thought that once first blood is drawn, it may become an open game. What does both teams need to do just to get ahead in this game, CJ?
Yeah, no, I think commentators cursed there. I think my apologies to the viewers. Build it up too sweet, and it's not living up to expectation just yet. I'm saying just yet because this game still has a long way to go. I think for both teams, it's just to settle in, find their rhythm, get to know what ticks that ticks for them. We know that Mwikwilongo in the back line and Siep can really make a thing tick for the likes of Kudus. So just trust your backs and let the ball flow. But clearly the pressure from United is immense, and we can see that on the opposite end as well. They've got so many things that can work out well for them, and yeah, I hope it lives up to expectation.
Denzel Bruverde opting for a kick at goal after an offside call made against Alexander van Wyk, who was just overly eager to get to Shumbe. Denzel Bruverde, sorry, with an opportunity to make this a 10-0 lead for Kudus. United in their backyard so far have not lived up to the billing. Too much respect being shown to the champion, of course. We are yet to see DJ Olshuysen. Denzo does that, slots it over. Great kicking there by Denzo with the number 5 jersey for FNB Kudus, who now, with 20 minutes played, makes the score 10-0 for Kudus. Denzo also, mind you, to our viewers, also a former United player who played for a season for Truskee United before moving to the Stallions, and then now plying his trade for FNB Kudus. Ball deep into the Kudus half, who kicks it high into the Windhoek sky. Mupewa collects and loses it. Quick tap, but Zaid will bring it back. Interesting to see what the United boys are going to do as they opt for the line. CJ, I have been mentioning it in so many of the shows that we have had, where United are in a position to take the points. However, they opt to go for line. We have seen so far they have lost 2 of their lineouts, yet they're going to the line. What could be that? Is that something technical? Is it experience? Is it something that they have decided on the training ground? Or what we allude that to, considering that they lose their lineouts many a times?
I think it's just maybe a tactic that they have, and maybe sometimes it's about sticking to your guns. At this point in time, it's not working for them, but in this case, you see a good rolling ball coming through.
Definitely, clearly the commentators curse there as United get the ball from the line out and gains a good 10-15 meters from that line out. Much better line out from United, of course, who are now in a great striking position. Yet another penalty, a scrum rather, for United. Great attacking position. On the ground there, of course, Lisandro Force getting some medical attention. Sean giving the final instructions there, I'm sure, giving the instructions as to what needs to be done in this position. It is very important for United to put points on the board as early as possible, and such opportunities can either be a coach killer or maybe a momentum situation for the Boys United. Yaldizande van Wyk consulting with Joré Botha about the feed. I'm sure maybe something he picked up by the officials. But United setting up for a strike run as we're about to get this scrum underway. DJ Holzhuizen, who has not seen much of the ball, the captain for United, in your screen there with his centering pair, Serami Kambombo. Steady scrum there by both these teams. Elzaan van Beek picks up, plays it for Rico van Zyl. DJ Holzhuizen met by the Kudus defense. Quick ball is the call. Retention good. Enrico van Zyl at the base of the ruck. Feeds Janu Otto. Zander with ball in hand. Beats one, met by the second. United trying to build up phases. Going up the back door. Ben Berger with ball in hand. Dummies one and scores yet another try. That makes it 4 for the season so far. 5, sorry. After scoring 4 tries against Rehoboth last weekend, increases his tally. Ben Berger there, the former under-20 captain and also former Pumas player. Great try there by the United boys as they narrow the score to 5 points with the conversion to come.
I think good play there from Ben Berger, using his strength, using that power, using a good handoff just to get over the line and use that big bolt of muscle that he has to his advantage. Of course, the mustache also coming through, add some weight to it, and I think good try there for Team United.
Interesting kicker of the ball there, as T.R. Glenfield is resuming the kicking duties for United. Unfortunately, 2 points missed there. As we look at that replay again, we just mentioned that it was important for United to score. Look at Ben Berger selling the dummy, and Dunlinger definitely not being able to match there. Score is now 10-5. Ben Berger with a great fend there for United. United 5 points behind FNB Kudus with Denzo Bruver to restart.
Yeah, I think we can definitely see the tempo picking up now, and really seeing that these two teams come to life, because between these two sides, it's going to come down to the wire. We already see just a 5-point difference, and it's going to pick up fast.
Definitely, as we confirm the score there once more again, we clearly didn't see the conversion there. It is 10-7 for Kudus. Great steal there by Dandre, who turns the ball over for United. They're looking like a total different outfit there. Mupewa with ball in hand. Clearly someone that loves carrying the ball in the middle of the field. Zano van Wyk plays it wide for DJ, who goes to Serami Kambombo. Plays it wide to Jurgen Meyer. Jurgen Meyer with ball in hand. Plays it back to Elzano van Wyk. Great team try there. As we look at the shabby jump by Trusco United. We just mentioned that Serami Kambombo and DJ Holzhuizen, who have not been in this game, the one moment they do combine, they score such a great team try there.
Well, I did say it's going to come down to the backs, and I've been gunning for the backs for this match. They do say matches are won by the forwards, but if you've got backs like these, it's definitely a good one. So combination deadly by those backline players. I mean, the combination DJ, Surami, the likes of Jurgen Meyer, back all the way to Alzardo. It's just magic in a can of blue in this instance.
Great team try there by Trusco United in a conversion. Well kicked there by TR Lenfield, of course. Like I said, interesting choice of kicker there with the go-to guy, Enrico Vansel, on the field. Clearly, maybe it is a forward kicking game by the Trusco United, of course, taking previous stats of Vanmar Rust, who, of course, was or is still the all-time point scorer for United. Obstruction is the call there by Zaid.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to discipline as well, Henry, in this match. If you're not going to be disciplined, if you're not going to catch more things like that, it's definitely going to cost the team at the end of the day. You see, the likes of Bruvard is definitely not a person that is shy of taking his kicking opportunities and making the best of it. An additional 3 points does get you further, and that's the difference between the two teams right now. United opting to kick always to the touchline, trying to get onto the scoreboard with a 5-pointer, but the likes of Kudus just returning it with a 3-pointer and just extending that lead ever so slightly, just to keep it out of reach every time. So every time the likes of United think they're in reach, they just get put a few cents back.
Yes, great. Denzo Bruves is lining this out. It looks good from the boot. However, as we wait for the officials to confirm, they say it's Kudus will not be earning those 3 points. Denzo Bruver, of course, with this first miss of the game. Again, CJ, would we say that that's experience when it comes to conversions and so forth? Because every other penalty within the half that Kudus will receive, that I can almost bet my money they will kick to post. Denzo Bruver puts it high into the Ventus sky, collected well by the evergreen TR Linfield, who takes on the Kudus defense. Zano Vansel, Enrico Vansel, definitely great touch finder there. Aston Mukulongo left with nothing much to do, as that kick was so good that he even had to applaud it.
Yeah, I think good kick, really, really good kick. Puts them in a good position. Those are the types of balls that you want to have just to put some pressure back on Kudus, keep them in their half, force them to make a mistake there. And if you're a Kudus fan, you'd like them to use the opportunity. We've seen what they can do. Send the ball wide, get it to Siep, and see what you can do on the outside.
Territory definitely very important. Deadlinger there runs to Mepewa. However, Matt, well, soft ball retention there by Kudus. United playing a very patient game on defense, not committing to the rucks. Shumbe hosted high into the Ventus sky. Collected well by Van Wyk, who does so well to make sure that the ball remains with United. Yano Otto, a very lazy step, but yet effectful. Enrico Vansel puts himself in the pocket. Olshuizen dummies. Sold but not bought by Kudus. From his boot, finding touch. Great kick there. Definitely United playing a great territory game, making sure, of course, that they remain and stay in the Kudus half with yet another line out. Kudus looking flawless with their line out so far. My ballers, mina, yo ballers, mina. So they definitely in this binnengemeenskap.
Van Goedere.
Van Goedere.
Fun line-out balls. No, I think good composure here by the Kudus players. I think at this point in time, we're just waiting for that spark to hit.
Unfortunately, the likes of Vrygang just on his knees there, just getting some medical attention. Of course, making his shift from Rehoboth, one of those loyal Rehoboth players, somebody that you're always used to seeing in a red jersey. Today in the opposite color, and playing in the white for the elusive blue from Walfish Bay. So good to see him as well, and it looks like he's fine and back on his feet. But yeah, definitely waiting for that momentum shift. I'm not happy with where we are right now in terms of a Premier League type of matchup. If you really talk about the tempo of the match, I think these two teams will still kick it up a notch.
Yeah, no, definitely. Speaking of loyalty, CJ, we saw Reino Fisagi, of course, also a former UNAM manager who made his way to the Galacticos, if we had to call him that way, the FNB Kudus. Jurgen Meyer just getting back steps one. Great composure there by the young man who feeds Shubis. Jurgen Meyer again with ball in hand. Enrico Fancel, what a great team try. United looking very, very, very elusive on the counter. Again, as a kick is just as good as a chase, CJ. And currently, the Kudus, of course, not chasing their balls and not making the most of the opportunities, of course. And there is nobody chasing when it comes to kicking. Not the best of kicks by Denzo Bruver, trying to play out of his 22. But then again, one would ask the question, where are the wingers and what are they doing about Jurgen Meyer, who's feeling like a thorn in the foot right now?
Yeah, I think Jurgen Meyer, total class, show of class there. A quick step in, step out, pulls the player, goes out on the outside. There we have a look at it. Drags, throws the ball to the outside and makes himself available to be open. Of course, a very big mismatch between him and Vrygang there. There's no way Jurgen Meyer is not going to get around the Vrygang. And look there, just another opportunity. Outside, inside, gives the ball on the inside, and just opens himself. And then who's on the inside? Van Sale, and A for away. And another good team try by the backline of United.
Denzo Bruver there with a restart under it. Zander, who lives it for Ben Berger. Composure seems to be the name of the game for United so far, making it as slow as possible for themselves. Sieps collect, plays Ashton Mikulongo. Grubbers for himself there.
Yeah, I think he mistimed that one, probably just wanted to get some distance on it, but still makes good work of it.
Working in his favor. Denzo, of course, with ball in hand, who feeds the back line. Kudus trying to play and making sure that the elusive back three are involved as much as possible in this game.
I think it's real good pressure here by the United side. They're really smothering that back line of Kudus, and that's not a sight that any Kudus fan would like to see right now. I mean, Denzo Bruver, such a key role for them, especially in this outfit, and not something we would like to see, but it looks like he's fine, shaking it off. Seker maar dik toon wat bietjie seer gekry.
Ja, dis die dik toon.
Ons hoop wat is net die dik toon.
It would be such a coach killer moment if, of course, Denzo Bruver is to get injured so early in the season, considering for the neutral just how good he is in that number 10 role, how entertaining he makes rugby. Of course, it is as much as it is an opponent thing, for the opponents, of course, Denzo not being on the field is a bonus, but for the sake of rugby and the sake of Namibian rugby, we need him as fit as possible. Great touch finder there by Henrik. Oh, unfortunately, that's the commentator's curse.
Yep,
and he
spoke
kicks.
too soon, eh?
Spoke too soon.
No, I just want to come back to Denzo Bruver, what you said there, Henry. I think it's a definite one. There's always players in each and every team that doesn't matter from which opposition or which team you play or root for. There's always those exciting players in the opposite end, and that you really would like to see don the Namibian jersey, put up their hands for the Namibian jersey. I mean, ultimately, the better the competition and the opposition, the better the national team at the end of the day. It's a bit of a ripple effect. So Adenzo Brever not being in the side would really cost Namibian rugby greatly, because the opposition will definitely need that class to battle it out against.
Yeah, no, definitely would lose so much quality with him not being around. Shumbe with yet another feed to the scrum. So far, the scrum's well matched. Denzo finding Lucio Isaacs in the inside there, but United defense reading that well. Shumbe recycles. Yeah, Thompson, of course, one of the players that can be so influential, however, so quiet in today's game. A penalty is the call for offside. Interesting to see what the call will be, considering that Denzo's last attempt at goal was a miss. And
yeah, I think they definitely try and get some points on it. They are now more than 5 points, 7 points in the chase, so it's not a good option to kick to post. Try and get the 5 points, try to get back into the game. You want to keep that 2-point cushion margin at least. Stay within a tries distance or a penalty kick. If it gets too much, it gets hard to catch up, to play catch-up rugby later on.
definitely Kudus in a very striking position right now. Their line-outs have been flawless as they collect. However, great defense of a line-out there by United. We see yet another player down, as we yet to confirm it is the number 7 Force, who has made his breakthrough into the Premier League and never looked back. Also made his debut for the Volviches, of course, a few years back. Many asked the question if his weight was a problem for the position that he played, and he's clearly silenced the critics when it comes to that question that were being asked. He's one of the most consistent players and number 7 that we have seen so far in the Premier League. Zano, of course, also a former Windhoek Gymnasium player who is now wearing the number 9 jersey for Trosco, for United. Apologies.
I think I just want to come back to the sevens as well. I mean, you can say the same about Tiaard Lindveld. For his size and his stature, you wouldn't expect him to be so aggressive and so effective for the opposition, and both Force and Lindveld really showing it.
Great pressure there by FNB Kudus.
Massive pressure.
Massive pressure there. United playing a very dangerous game, running it out of the into the great tackle in the middle of the field, held up. So much happening. Ashton Mukulongo, who feeds it to Ben Berger.
Playing a bit of basketball in there between.
Basketball, netball, you call it, CG.
Whichever, we can create a new sport.
A rugby ball.
Oh.
DJ fumbling there at the back, but regaining feet. Pressure mounting. Penalty is the call. Shumbe looking for a quick tap and does so. Feeds, of course. Whether that was the right call, you wouldn't know. Ali met well by the United defense. Mupewa again. United defending, but numbers are starting to look very little. Denzo Brever. That is what you call a coach killer moment.
Talk about a telenovela of rugby. What in the name of rugby balls? Oh, that was such an intense moment. That could have gone totally different. We would have had a completely different game on our hands if Kudus had scored that try just on the nick of halftime.
Definitely the score there, 19-10 for United. 19-10 for United definitely would have influenced the halftime conversation. CJ had that tried, been scored, of course, but the gods of rugby favoring United in that one moment. Again, it comes to the great defense that United have tried to put up this whole first half. Of course, FNB Kudus looking ever composed in attack. As we just confirmed the score there at halftime at the Gemsbok Park, it is 19 for the home side and 10 for the Premier League champions. As we have a look there at the highlights, Justin Newman, who had an opportunity to score the last try, Lucio Isaacs, who gave a dagger kick. However, the rugby ball doesn't have a tail. Had it had one, I'm sure Aston would have caught into the tail. As we look at the first try that was scored there by the Kudus through Alexander Janssen, identifying a mismatch in the form of Zano, and Lucio, of course, giving that dagger kick, which he chased.
That was almost like a deja vu moment, hey? The likes of Siep just running down the same wing, doing the same type of grabber kick, and missed opportunity both times.
Definitely Ben Berger there, who scores his 5th try of the Premier League. 5th try in 3 games so far. Great addition to the United side, of course. As we've mentioned, the ever elusive Jurgen Meyer giving it out wide and making himself available. That is what you call rugby brains. That is what you call identification of space and making sure that you are available even after making the pass. I think that is not taught at Premier League rugby level, CJ. It's taught right through the academies, the chocker rugby as we would call it locally. Look at him go, Jurgen Meyer, also the Namibia, the number 11, of course, for the national team. And Enrico Fancel, as you see, laughs it away as he scores the try there for United. And that was that moment there by Denzo Bruver, who just missed an opportunity to go into halftime with a score of at least 15-19, which would have adjusted the team talks at halftime. CJ, had you been a coach right now and you are Linfield, what would you be telling United right now as we look on our screens?
Yeah, I think at this point in time, United looks good. They look on form, especially the back line. The forwards are doing what they need to do. They're making a basic rugby structure is when you make space available through your forwards so that the back line can score the points. And that's the basic rugby structure. And that's exactly what United is doing very well right now. So keep at it, keep doing that, keep applying the pressure when the ball is not on your side on a defensive line. We saw them disrupting Kudus a few times now. That's how those small mistakes, like the one at the very end there, keeps creeping up. And those are the types of things that we would like to see in the second half again. From a Kudus point of view, I would really like to see them just finding what works for them. We know exactly what works for them. We saw it in those first couple of tries. I think Siep had the opportunities of kicking the ball there a bit too hard and chasing it down. But I think if they keep doing that, somewhere along the line, 1+1 gaan 2 maak, and they're going to get the numbers ticking on the board. This game is far from over. We still have a full 40 minutes left, and it can go either way. And I'm rooting for blue. Dun,
Definitely.
dun,
That's
dun.
for once we don't have to be biased. Just say we're rooting for blue as we take a commercial break. We will be back soon for the second half. As we get the second half underway, the score in favor of the home side, United. The score is 19-10 for the home side. The champions trailing, of course. History speaks volumes when it comes to this fixture. Kudus have won this game so many times in the last 20 minutes. United, of course, if we look at the reserve league as well, they lost it right at the death. United get us underway in the second half. Great contestant of the ball there by Tiart Lundveld. United on attack with Tiart once more again. I think at this rate, I must be saying Tiart all day because clearly he's the one guy that always has ball in hand.
I think we're seeing double.
Seeing double, yes. Quick ball is the name of the game there by United. Lucio Isaacs proving to be a Siep as they is nicknamed. Great run there. FNB Kudus definitely looking to put an early stamp onto this game. Sure, that was part of Roger Thompson's game plan. Sharan Rousseau definitely needs 3 to tango in from his height. Too easy of a try there by FNB Kudus. I'm sure the conversation in the dressing room was that boys ons doen nie genoeg nie. And clearly the champions came in guns blazing and they want to prove as to why they are the champions. Alexander Johnson, who opened the first try of the game, and now again putting his name onto the score sheet once more.
Yeah, Henry, I think good tempo lifting here. That's exactly what we expect. You can see a change of tempo and just how quickly they got off the mark, got through more aggression. They look like a level rugby speel, and that's exactly what we want to see. We want to see that passion, that hard running rugby, because that will definitely deliver what we need it to deliver. And now we just wait for United to answer, because I'm telling you, we're going to have a game on our hands, 4 points of difference, and a lot of minutes in between.
As we confirm the score there, it is 19-17 for the home side. United found napping there. Kudus making the most of the early exchanges of the first half. Only 2 minutes played. As we see Abraham there, who makes his way back onto the field, who makes his way to the field and replaces Force. Lizardo Force. Abraham, of course, a former Ilonga, of course, Abraham Ilonga in the number 21 jersey, a former UNAM player as well. He gave a few good years. Leon Mutonga in your screen there, gingerly making his way off the field. Seems to be a bit of a discomfort for him. It's not confirmed if anybody came in his place. But if you are just joining us, we are at the Gemsbok Park. The score is 19-17 in favor of the home team. Shumbe with ball in hand, ready to feed the scrum. Great steady scrum there by Kudus. And the ball was with Denzo Bruver, who goes out the back door. Read ever so well by Serami Kambombo. It is a foot race. Ashton Mukulongo coming the length of the field. And it looks like a knock-on is the first instinct of the call there by referee Zaid.
I would really like to see that on a replay. I think that was a brilliant opportunity. And if Ashton got to him, what a try-saving tackle. And as we have another look, dodges down, presses it down. For me, that's an instant try.
As we have another angle there of the try. Serami Kambombo, was that the right call? As we look at it in slow-mo, it is definitely a try from the second eye.
I think what's important to note here, Henry, is that of course these referees do not have the technology and the capability to look at the try again like we just had. They go off first sight and first instinct, and of course the likes of their counterparts on the touchline. And if that's the call, then things can go maybe not the way that we see it here. And I think that's the instance. We're just waiting to see if there is, it looks like just an injury that we are catering for as well. But yeah, unfortunately, call not going United's way there. But the refs do not have the technology that we are able to have in our midst.
Unfortunately, yes, as you mentioned there, the ref only have one view of that incident. Very unfortunate. There was a controversy, of course, in United's first game that also created a ripple in the rugby community. And now this, of course, when they look at it, it might raise another eyebrow or two. And maybe these are the type of things that we need for Namibian rugby, CJ, for them to start looking at the TMO and considering it for the game. I remember a few years back we did have the privilege of having it as to how we're going one step forward and two backwards. We yet to confirm, but that is a story for a different day. Shumbe with ball ready to feeds the scrum. Penalized there is United, and you can see what it means there for the forwards. This is where strength is measured when it comes to forward. I mean, the back line is pace and skill, but strength is definitely how the forwards measure their strength. Denzo Brive with a great touch finder, has both distance and precision as he kicks out of his 5 straight into the half of the United.
Yeah, I think good television here, Henry. Good telenovela action. I mean, if the aunties at the house at home is quite that we are on their television, I'm sorry. But that is good television right there. That's the type of drama and testosterone we want to see on television. And we're super excited for what's to come, because now it just turned up a dial.
Definitely, if that doesn't get you hyped up and ready for yet another moment, I don't know what will. Recycle well by Kudus. FNB Kudus, of course. Going back to traffic is Kudus. And looking to play their forwards. Testing strength. Retention good. Shumbe feeds. Denzo Bruver, who plays. Janssen, who has seen so much of the ball today. Alexander Ray, the number 6 jersey, just a new man. Tackled by Oosthuizen, the captain of United. Great positive tackle, of course. The Thompson steps back into traffic. United defense standing firm as FNB Kudus builds up the phases. Oh, great drop there by Denso, who feeds Denlinger. Shumbe going wide. Met well by the United defense. And it takes special moments like that to penetrate the United defense, and Denzo definitely is the man for those moments. A bailout card is... Great run out of the territory with ball in hand. Opportunity to score once more again. Great team try there by United.
That looked like a through pass to me in football. You know, when you got 2 players and then you got 2 options. That gave me the through pass look. Just another look there. Again, backline players making a statement, and Sarami Kambombo just throws it out to the left-hand side. And Sobarami Sami is there to put on the points and give them what they need. And what a beautiful team try again. United has really been buzzing with their backline, and it speaks volumes.
I think the difference today in today's game, CJ, Sarami Kambombo when he gets his hands onto the ball. He is definitely proving to be the difference. United doing ever so well with their back line, but then again, you need forwards in order for the back line to get the ball. So credit to Tiart and his cavalry.
Yeah, I think
As
the
Tiart
forwards,
converts that and brings the score to 26-17 in favor of the home side. At one moment, I thought momentum was shifting there in Kudus' favor. And these are two heavyweights going pound to pound, CJ, and making this a very, very worth a watch kind of game.
I think you just need a hint of an opportunity, Henry. And that's exactly what United did. And you're absolutely correct to say that the momentum did shift towards Kudus, and it still could be with Kudus. However, it just took a moment of brilliance, a moment of a gap. That's all that rugby is. It's inches, it's moments, it's gaps, and clearly we could see that that was a gap and a moment that was taken with both hands by United players. I don't think we should count out Kudus at all just yet.
No, definitely, as we earlier mentioned, they are going pound to pound. And kicks like that, CJ, we mentioned, those are the moments that can swing this game in either favor. Not executing your kicks, not executing your lineouts, not executing your scrums. Again, rugby comes down to the small moments that you don't make the most of, including like an exit of this nature. Thompson under the high ball, tackled well by Tiart. Mupewa scraping. Retention good by Kudus.
I think Janssen has really put up his hand for Kudus today. He's always been there. It's like a Tiart. When you look up, you see the jersey number 6 representing and doing his part on the pitch.
I think one thing that Kudus is doing so well is exposing the 10-12 defense there. Denlinger definitely too easy there. Justin Newman surprising us there with a very quick try. Of course, United being sloppy. Most of the tries they are conceding again. It comes down to, it's as though when they do score, they go into a slumber and are not quick to get out of it. It's like they're literally sleeping before they can realize that they are in the game, and when their moments come, they take the most of it. But again, your attack is just as good as your defense, CJ, and United not faring very well when it comes to their defensive duties.
I think at this point in time, we must try to make an effort to see when does United concede the most points. And I think it's correct what you say. It's going to come down to just right after you're most vulnerable, just after a try, because you're on that high. But to refocus, get the whole team to refocus. It will definitely make a difference.
As we look at the score once more again.
I would just like to check. This is pure class from Newman, Justin Newman. Really in, out, basic dummying, basic show and go, and just gets it off. And this is, we bring it back to the Chokka rugby. These are the fundamentals of rugby: evasion and just pure class at the end of the day. And that's what Justin Newman gave us there.
Definitely, CJ. As we get back into the game. Van Wyk, who feeds the backline, who has been so elusive. Semi there. Whenever he touches the ball, it turns into gold for United. Van Zyl carries to provide Zander with a great carry there down the midfield. Van Zyl with ball in hand once more again. Kicks for a line. Unfortunately not finding Jurgen Meyer there.
I think the 16th defense really did well there in terms of the line. It really came up there for Kudus, but good vision from by Van Zyl. But I think Kudus still very much in this game, still able to claw their way back, and I think that's why DJ Holshausen is opting for TR to take those points at this vital, crucial stage. As it was earlier in the first half, I mentioned that you always want to keep your nose ahead, keep your nose up front, and that's what I think United is trying to do. Just keep the ball, the scoreboard ticking. Nothing as bad as scoreboard pressure at the end of the day.
Scoreboard pressure, definitely a psychological toll on the opponents as TR lines this up. Looks good from the boot and converts. The score is now 29-22 in favor of the home side. 55 minutes played in this clash of the giants. Kudus looking for their second, as well as United looking for their second victory of the Premier League. Kudus have only played one game so far, this being their second. United playing their third game. So they ought to be, when it comes to match fitness, United ought to be by far fitter than Kudus, of course. But then, as history speaks differently about these two sides, Kudus always come back and win this game in the last few stanzas of the game. Just to confirm one of the substitutions that have, of course, been made. Previously, Aurelio Plato made his way onto the field for the number 11. Number 14, of course, of Kudus, Hendrik van Schalkwijk, as we see make his way on the field as well. The ever elusive Hendrik Hesselman.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. One of the most entertaining rugby players Namibia has seen, also playing in the sevens of this beautiful nation, Namibia. As we are about to feed another line out, Yandre, of course, Esterhazen, who makes way for Hendrik Hesselman. Give him the ball and you will see magic. Mopewa carries, being met well by Sharif Rousseau. Tackled backwards, great positive tackle there. Gerard Steenkamp, who came on, of course, for Leon Mutonga earlier in the match. Hendrik Hesselman with the first touch of the game. Kicks, but the call is direct and it will come back. Not the start that you would like after coming off from the bench in a game of this magnitude. But I'm sure with the amount of experience Hendrik Hesselman has, he will definitely shake that off and make this game what it has been so far worth the watch.
Yeah, I think still very much in this match between these two sides. I like how it is still tit for tat. You don't know which side it's going to go. And the way both teams are playing at this. And I think we've seen the deadly combinations that United's backline can dish up. And you include Hendrik Hesselman into that equation. That's some algebra equations that you'll be busy with there, because he brings another X factor to it. So super excited to see what he can dish up. But this Kudus side definitely looks like they're geared up and ready. We saw how easily Newman can get across a line.
Definitely another line out there going astray from the Kudus side. Uncharacteristic if you look at how they have been faring so far. Kamakayau, the Bosvark, as he makes his way onto the field in the number 18 jersey. He slots in for Janu Otto, who also previously played for Grootfontein. He is a champion, of course, in the JSB competition Gold Cup. As you see him there, a former national team player also playing for Namibia. Definitely vastly experienced prop. Shumbe to feed. Kamakayau's first impact is a great steady scrum. Again, Kudus exploiting that 9, 10, 12 channel. Thompson with ball in hand. Great appreciation of the laws of the game.
They're very dangerous from this position, Henry. We've seen them threatening from this position a couple times. As commentators curse, kicks in.
Clearly, CJ, at this rate, we shouldn't be saying anything. Lloyd Jacobs, who makes his way onto the field also. It's like Kudus are secretly making these substitutions. One moment you see Siep, the next you see Lloyd. Great counter attack there by Kudus. Aurelio Plato, who feeds Johnson, who has been so elusive today in the number 13 jersey for Kudus there. 19, Roche, who gains valuable meters. However, the ball is lost forward.
Unfortunate at this point in time. I mean, especially if you're on such a high, you know you're getting closer to that try line, and just a slip, and it's gone forward.
Definitely, Janssen van Vieren there gaining valuable meters. However, white line fever catching in. Interesting to see CJ Sharon Rousseau, of course, who played in the number 7 jersey for Wanderers, now currently playing the number 4. Is that looking at making the pack heavier, or is it just a matter of not having the number 4 that you won in the likes of Roger Thompson, of course, who made that transformation? Or perhaps it is his initial position and he just opted to now go back to the roots.
I think when it gets to the Wanderers outfit, we must also look at who are their locks and what they brought to the game, and whether or not there was a need for Rousseau to also be a lock in that instance. But what is the need for Kudus? And I think that's what people forget. Like, sometimes my need as a coach and your need as a coach are two different things, and we might sum our players completely different, because Henry Kanjo might fit into my team completely different than what it did at a United, for example.
I think you summed that up well, CJ. United looking to exit there, fighting touch in the 22. A great attacking position, of course, great defense being shown there by United, who release some pressure, not all of it, as the ball is still in favor of Kudus. Part of the consistency, of course, and the great quality that Kudus over the years have been maintaining is the likes of Lloyd Jacobs, Aurelio Plato, Justin Newman, who have been wearing the Kudus jersey for as far as I can remember. I almost cannot see anybody else wear the number 13 or the number 11 jersey except Lloyd Jacobs or Justin Newman. And I think that consistency is what makes this club as good as they are, as we see there a momentum shift, a slight momentum shift, and the crowd really standing behind the home side. The United turning that line over ball in a very good exit position and a defensive position from their point of view.
Yeah, I think an opportunity here for United just to relieve some pressure and just turn around. We saw some Ocho Awala getting some props from his team, and just pressure built now from that loose ball a bit. I think sticky fingers, not the way they saw that going.
Definitely working in United's favor there. The sticky fingers, as CJ mentioned, an opportunity for Enrico van Zyl to get out of his 22. A jail-free card there offered by Kudus. United back in the Kudus half. We have seen how elusive their backline is with ball in hand. It is of utmost importance, of course, if you're a coach, to notice and identify from a defensive point of view, being Roger, and from an attacking point of view, being Lundveld, as to what you can do.
Oh, sticky fingers there by Ben Berger, and a knock-on from DJ Holzhausen, which I don't think was necessarily picked up by the touch judge.
Mopewa carries. Held up is the call. I think they did pick up the sticky finger situation there. and he will bring play back in the middle of the pitch for a Kudus scrum. A great striking position, of course, right on the halfway line, as we see the Yaran Kunang giving instructions to the back line. The tempo definitely not what we are accustomed to. The good thing is that, CJ, we're not playing a Premier League light this year. We're playing a full 2 rounds of rugby, and it can just get better from here with fitness, with match awareness, as we witness yet another scrum. Great strong scrum there by United, who turned this ball. Ben Berger to make amends after that ball lost forward. However, pass not finding Semi and finding touch.
Yeah, I think an opportunity lost there for United. That looked like a strong run from Ben Berger. You could see he meant business by just the pickup of that ball. Grabbed it well, went down, but just the pass not accurate, not finding his man. And I think at this point in time, a close call for Kudus. But I think it's an opportunity for them to make amends and see what they can turn out, and if they can't deliver some action from this side. They need to score in the next 2 to 3 minutes, Henry, to get themselves back into this game. To just another look at that, just slips through the fingers, just a bit ahead of the likes of Sami, and might not have had his eyes on the ball with his extra runner on the right.
Great line out there by Kudus. Again, the 10, 9, 12 channel being exposed heavily there. Definitely something Dani would not be proud of. Enrico Fansel trying to find touch, but straight into Lucio Isak's hand. Sarama Kambombo tackles his opposite number well.
Good fend there by Newman again. Very physical player.
Pound for pound so far by these two sides. Turnover ball is good by United. Bunberger.
Eina, wat's jou nommer?
Het hy medies, is die vraag.
Benny?
Ben Berger finding himself not once, not twice, but 3 times on the wrong side of the Kudus angry defense, of course, and not really living up to the billing. Maybe fatigue. Maybe it's time for him to leave the stage. Not looking like the Ben that we know. Also, of course, contributing heavily to United's lead today with a try. And, of course, 5 in total for the Premier League so far. The previous scrum dominated heavily by the United front 4. Kamakayao definitely looking hungrier than ever. Yet another chance to prove that the first scrum wasn't a fluke, as Yet Thompson Ashumbe feeds. Great steady scrum by Kudus as they play the ball. Lloyd collects well. Justin Newman goes around and gives it to the slippery feather Lucio Isaks. Definitely difficult to get down. Johnson Alexander proving to be a menace. Sharon Rousseau. This is the time when Kudus are most dangerous, as proven previously. They won most of their games against United in the last 20 minutes, and we find ourselves in the last 12 of the game. United could be having deja vu after they lost it at the very end in a similar position against Wanderers, defending with their lives up their sleeves. Justin Newman again, met well by the United defense. Mupewa with ball over the ball, hands over the ball, and he is rewarded. Great turnover ball there. You can see how much it means to the United. Enrico Fansel decides to quick tap and go. Whether that was the right call, only he knows, and time will tell.
I think United players still trying to catch up with what's happening. You can see the forwards still slowly but surely making their way, while the backline are having a go at it. Jürgen Meyer on the attack.
Slippery defense there by Jürgen Meyer. Whether that call by Enrico Fancel will cost them, that was not the best of calls. You have the lead, composure is what you need, and Kudus definitely trying to make the most of that. Great turnover ball again by United. Aurelio Plato with ball in hand. Kudus throwing hell kitchen sink right now. United's defense standing strong. Mupewa looking tired, and so is every other United, but playing with their hearts on their sleeves. Defense so far good. Kudus making it slow. Fatigue definitely kicking in. Kamakayao, Matt, Aurelio Plato, Sharon Rousseau. Sharon Rousseau beats one, offloads out the back door. TR Lundfjeld with the full stretch of the field to go. TR could, as he points to the heavens. Look at United, great try there.
Holy moly!
What a try there by United. I would say that try was made by great defense first and foremost, CJ. And great reading and understanding of the game by TR Lundfjeld, who definitely is making his father's rugby legacy look like basically a dream. Look at the fans in the background as TR got a hold of that ball. It's like they just knew it. It's all done. Great, great play there by United's number 7, TR Lundfjeld, the vice captain, of course, of United.
I think that was a costly error from Rousseau. That backhand ball was not on. He did not have the proper grip on that. Slipped out of his hand, didn't find Lloyd Jacobs, and TR Lundfjeld made the best of the misery of Kudus. And unfortunately, that just sends United just an inch too far at this point in time. Yet we still have a few minutes left. It's never over till it's over. And what a time right now for United after being snatched from that last-minute victory against Wanderers.
Mupewa making his way off the field there, yet to confirm who replaces him. Penalty, quick tap and go by Shumbe while the United defense is sleeping.
Oh!
Shumbe brings it right back.
I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. Ons kan nog nie klaar wees met hierdie game nie.
It's never over until it is over.
Daai vletjie het nog nie gegaan nie.
And again, CJ, we did mention it earlier, how United concede exactly after they score. It's almost the third, fourth try that this is happening.
Exactly. It's like they go into slumber, they relax, they switch their minds off, the focus is nowhere to be found, and then before you know it, boom, bam, Kudus capitalizes on that. Now we're back to square one with the conversion to come. It's back to square one. It's 7 points apiece. We can possibly see a draw this weekend.
No, definitely, CJ. It's still very much open for anybody to win it. It's still up for the highest bidder. And so far, Kudus have put their head in that basket to say that we won the blue, bragging rights. Even though United are in the lead. Enrico Fancel to restart. Patience, composure is the name of the game right now. Not the best of restarts there.
And those are the small little mistakes that starts to creep in. Those are the moments that make Kudu feel we've got the edge. This is the moment we need to capitalize, turn this momentum around, and give us that draw at bare minimum, because that's what they need. 7 points in the bag, and we've got our draw. They need an additional 3 points on the scoreboard through a penalty to seal the deal here with a victory away against United. This is the type of telenovela movie that I would definitely want to watch.
I don't know, CJ, if you're not watching this, I don't know what it is that you are doing. Again, it's edge of the seat moments for the spectators of these two clubs, for the neutral. It's just been beautiful rugby to watch, one must say.
En papa, as mama nou bezig is om kos te maak, sê vir haar sy moet kom sit. Dis nou tyd om te kom sit. There's just 5 minutes in it, 6 minutes in it. Die kos kan bietjie wag.
Die kos kan definitief wag, CJ.
This is what rugby is all about. This is the edge of your seat type of moments that we live for.
I'm sure United having a deja vu moment right now with moments like that. Great scrum, the Thompson collects at the base of the ruck. Lloyd met well by DJ. Composure and patience is the name of the game for both this side. One side looking to get their first victory in about 4 games against the other. The other side looking to get the 4th victory against this side. It's more of a blue bragging rights today. 12, Denlinger, Armando carries. Again, United's defense standing strong. Aurelio Plato, one of the players that can really have a say and put his name in that basket of changing this game as he goes around. Just a new man attacking the opposite side. Great hands, Ashton Mukulongo with ball in hand to finish, and he does so exceptionally well. What a try there by the boys, the Coastal Boys, of course, the champions. Never say die is the name of the game. Conversion to come to level this for Kudus.
Hozala. I don't want to say I told you so, Henry, but I told you so. This is what it's all about. These are things that movies get written.
As we look there, the nightmare, one-on-one nightmare, Ashton Mukulongo and Rick Hasselman trying to do something, but not enough to stop Ashton Mukulongo. One-on-one nightmare, look at him.
In reach, there's no way you can't get over with that length.
Aurelio Plato to add, to level things up. And his experience does so.
The drama. I love it.
The drama continues in the Premier League.
I'm here for it. Sign me up. Where do I sign?
The score is all level. FNB Kudus 36, United 36. This is nail-biting moments with 3 minutes to play. It is about who wants it most. It's times like this that you wish you had Delron Brandt in your team for a drop goal, of course.
Especially when it gets to this field.
Especially when it gets to the field. But he did return the favor. He did the same with Kudus, of course, on their field. And Kudus had gutted him for that.
I think this is what things are coming down to. Kudus now has the pressure and momentum. Of course, they've got that elusive title win in their back of the minds. They are the defending champions. I don't care who you are. There is some form of pressure and privilege that comes with that. And Kudus is stepping up to the plate and owning every moment of it. They're enjoying every moment of this. They're in United's territory, exactly where you want to be to capitalize on those 3 points that are necessary. About roughly 2 minutes left in this match, and things are only heating up now.
Nail-biting last 2-3 minutes of this game. Kudus in a very good striking, attacking position. United living a deja vu moment after the loss in their derby. Turnover ball is good by United. What a moment there.
What a moment to have a turnover ball. Kudus has been absolutely ruthless with their lineouts.
Definitely, CJ. If this game is to end in a draw, it will definitely be a true reflection of what we have witnessed so far. Enrico Fansels kicks high into the Windhoek sky, but offers a chance of attack for Kudus as they go wide through Justin Newman, who finds Lucio Siep.
Siep having too much Siep.
in his hands.
Or just an overpass there by Justin Newman. Opportunity missed. And if you're on the opposite end, you'd say opportunity granted for United to try and regain. Also revisit the Kudus side of the fence. Try to get those points. We've seen Tiat Lindveld slotting those vital points for them today.
I think, CJ, this is such a great game for the neutral. It is Hal Kitchen Singh.
We're literally smack down in the middle right now. It can go either way, and it goes Kudus.
Kudus with ball in hand. They have been looking dangerous with ball in hand. United defend for their lives right now. Rio Plato finds Dendlinger, who finds Justin Newman, who has been elusive in the last few minutes of this game. The game is done so far, according to our time, of course, to confirm Zaid, who is the official for today's game. Kudus still with ball in hand in United's half. Patience and control is the name of the game. Aurelio Plato finds Justin Newman, who plays back inside. Sharon Rousseau looking to haunt United, that he has, just like he has always done for Wanderers. Fanned there by Kudus. Turnover ball is the call. No support. United looking to run it out of their 22.
Looks like a deja vu moment to me. Remember the Tiat Lindveld try just moments ago. You can't even imagine that was almost just 10 minutes ago, Henry. Just 10 minutes ago since we had that Tiat Lindveld try from exactly that point.
10 minutes ago, one would have confirmed that United would have had this victory in the bag. But right now, they are fighting to get out of their 22 with Serami Kambombo finding space, playing the inside ball. Enrico Fanseo with ball in hand. Serami kicking again. Decision-making not what United are doing so well today. Kamakayao fighting tooth and nail to hold on to that elusive. What a moment by Kudus. Lost for word there, I would say. United, Ben Berger on the Ashton Mukulonga with the chase. Ashton Mukulonga, will he make it? Ben Berger goes all the way, and this could be the try that wins it for Trusca United. Ben Berger showing a fresh pair of heels to score at the very end as Trusca United edge past Kudus.
What a try! What a moment! I think I need to rewatch that. Look at that. Is he a number 8 or a 10 at this point in time? Because he's cutting through butter like a hot knife. Look at that run. He knew Ashton was coming, but just that much momentum, power and weight from Ben Berger drives him over. That is a classic for the kids out there, a classic lesson in physics. When momentum has you, there's no way I'm stopping it.
Tiat adds the conversion, which brings this game to 43-36. It is a win for the home side. Trusca United showing great character there. United, apologies for that. Kamakayao in your screen there as we look at what it means to the United fans. 43-36 is how it ends at the Gemsbok Park. United definitely going all out to make sure that they pull this through. Ben Berger, the man in your screen there, scoring 4 tries last weekend and now adding an additional 2 to take his tally for the season to 6 tries in total. You can see what it means to the fans there for United as they celebrate this victory. A sweet sour feeling for the Kudus that had to travel, of course, so far. But the performance by the home side definitely, if I am to nominate a man of the match today, Tiat Linfield. As we look at that last moment of the game, of course, Ben Berger, fans 1, fans 2, and he only had the try line to stop him. Fresh pair of heels shown there by the number 8. I'm sure we are ready to turn that 8 into an 11 right now. Exceptional, great rugby being played here at the Gemsbok Park. Kudus, FNB Kudus, falling at the very end as we head over to CJ to give us a chat with the coach.
What an electrifying, of course, encounter right here at Gemsbok Park. Well, I told you it's going to be an electrifying match, and it came down to the very wire with the Ben Burgers scoring that victory try against the defending champions, Kudus. Now, I'm joined by Cameron Langenhoven, the coach of Kudus. Coach, what a match. I mean, the fight, the turnovers, the tit for tat, and then the last dramatic try. How are you feeling after that match?
Yeah, so obviously some very entertaining rugby today, very enjoyable to watch. Congratulations to United, they pulled through at the end. Great fight from both teams. Players really put their bodies on the line and made it work. So to us, it's back to the drawing board, but overall a good day of rugby and some lessons learned for us, ready to take them on Monday.
Coach, talk to us about those lessons learned. What are some of the key moments that you'll take from this heading into the next preparation week? Of course, keeping in mind that next weekend is a bye weekend for all teams, and then the 9th, we are back for action.
Yeah, so some important things on our side to fix is obviously playing the ball when it's not on. The 50-50s weren't on today, and at the end of the day, it's what cost us. We were in the 22, we could have finished the game. Game management was well, but we need to hold on to the ball and keep building our phases.
Coach, best of luck with the rest of the preparations, and the best of luck with defending that title.
Thank you very much.
There you have it, of course, Cameron Langenhoven, the coach of Kudus, just giving us his thoughts, of course, at the end of this match. Still a few things to work on, but in general, a very happy coach at the end of the day. Of course, unfortunately, missing out on that fixture is, of course, the coach. Coach, what a match from end to end. As jy dit in Afrikaans kon opsom met een woord, wat sou dit gewees het?
Ongelooflik. En ja, van guts, wat 'n rugby match. Ek het ja.
Coach, talk to us about just what was the game plan going into this match? I mean, high emotions. I can see what this means for the team. Missing out, of course, on that first home victory against Wanderers a few weekends ago.
Yes, for sure. Yes, we lost the game against Wanderers in the last minute, and for a while it looked the same. But yeah, sometimes you have to have a bit of luck, bounce of the ball, and that went our side. But what a privilege and what a window for Namibian rugby. Yeah.
Coach, we spoke about it in commentary, but Tiart, what a legacy of a player, and I mean, coming from your own legacy, how does that make you feel, coach's side, father in the shoes right now?
No, obviously, yeah, it's to coach him is one thing. Yeah, but he's not the only one. Obviously, I'm very proud of him, and he's still a young guy. He's still got a lot to learn. He's kicking for post. That's one thing he's got above me. I never did it, but obviously I'm proud. But I'm proud of all these boys. They a lot of youngsters. Didn't have a good season last year with that first loss against Wanderers. It's easy to go back to your old ways, but I'm very proud of them. The way, especially our defense, that last 10 minutes were awesome.
Coach, some key points that you're going to take going forth for the next 2 weeks with that bye weekend in between?
Yeah, obviously, as you saw today, we've got a very dangerous back three there with Jürgen Meyer, so we can score tries. So that's something we will work on. I think our scrums was good. Our lineouts weren't that good. And then we have to finish games. We were ahead by, I think, 3 tries, and they came back, and it was closer to the end. So that's one of the things we will definitely work on to close out games once we're in front.
Coach, best of luck and congratulations with that victory. I think the 110 definitely celebrated well today.
Thank you so much for the coverage and for everything you're doing for rugby.
It's a pleasure, Coach. There you have it, of coach, a very emotional coach, Herman Lindveld, of course, taking the victory, 43 points to that of 36 here at Gemsbok Park. Well, that is it from us and the entire crew behind the scenes that brought you this coverage. Of course, United walking away with 2 victories on the day in terms of their women and their Premier League side. The Reserve League, unfortunately, just not living up to that expectation. Well, that's it from us here at Gemsbok Park. Until next time, it's ciao for now.
As we look yet at those highlights, Lucio Isaacs, who unfortunately gave too much of a kick for the speedster Ashton Mukilongo, who could have, of course, saved this game had he just caught up with Ben Berger, who scored the last try of the game. The first try of the game, of course, coming from Alexander Janssen, who scored 2 tries, of course, today as well. Great passage of play. Lucio, deja vu moment again, kicking it on the boot. Tiart to rescue United in that moment. Denzel Bouvert, who became a mere shadow of himself in the second half, almost did not see him, but adding crucial points. And there is your guy Ben Berger, who scored his first try of the game, but that was not the last we saw of him. Clearly fending being his strength. Jurgen Meyer, unsung hero, of course, in today's match as well, who did exceptionally well to create not 1 but 2 tries and scoring 1 of his own as well. Enrico Fancel, the vastly experienced Trosca United number 10. It's almost impossible to see United's number 10 jersey without that name on it if you look back the past 5 or so years, as he scored that try in the first half to take the lead and extend the lead even further for the team that came off victorious today in the form of United. Kudus, we're not going to rest. Again, difficult moments there for Denzel Bouvert, who knocked it off at the very end just before halftime. And after halftime, clearly there is only one way to open a half of rugby, and it's the Johnson way, who scored his second try of the game. That we have seen Serami Kambombo, who fit perfectly in that moment that he scored a try for the commentators and those that could have a second view. However, the ref did not see that. Semi combining with Jurgen Meyer and Serami Kambombo to score yet another try. One must highlight some of the things that United will be looking at as defense after scoring. It was very shocking and very sad to see that they concede every time they score. Perhaps something they will definitely go into the drawing board for. Justin Newman, show and go, who beats his opposite number to score and brings the score back within touching range. Sharon Rousseau with that coach killer moment and offered an opportunity for Tiart Lindveld to run the full length of the field and score a try, which we thought, of course, would have won it for United. And evidently, Kudus had something else up their sleeves as they immediately pounced back after that moment there. Tiart Lindveld, clearly the forwards of United having much more pace and gees. Looking at that young fella, the father and the coach previously mentioned, you could see him blush actually as he spoke about his son. Proud father moments. And that was the moment where Shumbe put his hand in his name in the hat, of course, to say that it's not over until the fat lady sings. It was pound for pound by these two heavyweights, one try after another. That was the try that leveled things up for Kudus, that gave them a sense of belief, and that allowed them to feel that they could actually just disappoint United like they did. As we look at that try by Ben Berger, would like to thank you, of course, for joining us for this mouth-watering encounter between United, and FNB Kudus. We would like to thank everybody that took time to make this viewing possible. Thank you to NBC as we look at that Ben Berger try. It was a great game of rugby, great day of rugby for the neutral, and an even better day for Trustco United as they won. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining us. We are out.